The learning objectives for this module are 1, gain a deeper understanding about the importance of family and school partnerships. 2, examine core beliefs about family and school partnerships. And 3, you're going to learn some really great concrete strategies to increase family engagement in your classroom and school. Recommended readings and references. Our 2 favorite books and widely popular with teachers and families are Beyond the Bake Sale and Powerful Partnerships. Highly recommend that you order those 2 books. And if you're familiar with them, then you'll see a lot of concepts and examples that are pulled from these. Dr. Karen Mapp, who was an author on Beyond the Bake Sale and the primary author for Powerful Partnerships, is also the co-founder and developer of the Dual Capacity Building Framework. All of Kentucky's work is based on this framework. It is also the U.S. Department of Education framework for family engagement. You can learn about that at dualcapacity.org. We cover that in more detail in part 2 of this training. And finally, the Kentucky Family and School Partnership Guide, your one-stop shop for all things family engagement in Kentucky. It's officially released on November 15th, 2021. 10 tools you'll leave with today. If we heard anything loud and clear from families and educators before we built this training, it was we need more tools. So we've packed this thing with lots of great tools that you can take and use after the training. Video examples, quotable definitions and research highlights, DeHaab's story, short article on redefining how we think about family engagement, 5 different roles families can play to get us out of the mindset that there can only be in leadership roles and parent-teacher conferences, places where to start. So you're excited, you want to do this, but it just seems overwhelming to dig in. So we're going to give you some where to start strategies. This also includes the 11 goalpost strategies, which are broken down by the months. We'll look at 5 objectives for effective family engagement to help frame how you think about it on a school level. A quick school self-reflection tool that you can use. If you're doing this in person or live, we'll also have a piece about an action item and creating a new connection. And then the last thing is a link and an assignment to then take all of this new knowledge and complete a school self-assessment. Don't worry, you don't have to be an expert on all 10 of these, but just know that you will leave today with these tools in your toolbox. You really need to have the Kentucky Family and School Partnership Learning Packet handy. I really prefer it printed so that I can take notes as I go. If you're going to do it online, you don't have access to a printer or you just prefer to do things on the computer, 2 monitors works a lot better so that you can watch the video and also have your learning packet up. If that's not an option, then I recommend kind of hearing my voice in the background and making the packet what you're looking at during the training. So pause this webinar now if you do not have your learning packet and download it and be ready to record. Now we're going to watch a video that really gives us a good vision of what family engagement could look like. So give me a second while I share my sound. If you're in a middle or high school, you may feel that this really is targeted towards younger children in an elementary school, but I challenge you to think about a lot of the strategies that they share in this video and how they are very applicable to middle and high school. At the end, they also reference for this family what it feels like when they do reach high school. So it's important to consider, if you're working with middle and high school families, what their experience may have been in elementary and how that impacts their willingness to engage with you as a middle or high school professional. It's 5 minutes, so get comfortable, but it's really good.
As we work to help every child succeed and to close gaps in student achievement, we often assume school is the main place that learning is going to happen. Take Esma. It used to seem to her family and her educators that Esma is always at school. Not true, it turns out. Esma and other students actually spend 82% of their waking hours at home or in their community. All those weekends, weeknights, and breaks add up. When they realized that, the educators in Esma's school district decided to work harder on making the most of the biggest partner in her learning life, her family. This can look different in every school, but for Esma's teacher, it means instead of spending his time arranging a traditional open house, he organizes grade-level parent meetings. Here, Esma's family saw data on how the class is doing in math, reading, social and emotional learning. They practiced new ways to help Esma at home and set goals for how they'll help her improve. Everyone learned from each other as the group talked about how to help the students. Also, near the start of the school year, some staff from Esma's school visited her home. They looked for the assets her family members can bring to the educational process. They learned about their languages, their culture, their lives, their world. Grandpa offered to be a resource for other English learner families, and the school also listened and learned from the family's perspective on Esma's needs. They learned how Mom helps her calm down and focus. This kind of family engagement also makes it easier for the district to develop individualized education programs for students, including those in special education. The foundation is already there for families to engage in their students' academic and career planning too, making that more effective. Throughout the year, the family can attend workshops at the school on things like mental health, homework, or career exploration. Esma's mom saw those meetings on a poster in her work break room, and now she's inviting other parent friends to go with her. Esma's school district works with local businesses, places of worship, the public library, and other partners to reach students and families where they're already spending time. The school provides information frequently in a variety of ways so they can reach every family. Text messages are offered in the most common languages of local families. Esma's family gets photos from her teacher so they know what she's doing during the day. Communication between the school and the family is a group effort, focused on helping Esma achieve her learning goals. When Esma wasn't sure what to do on a science assignment, her family knew to contact the teacher for a little clarification. Educators take a positive approach as they look for solutions to any challenges experienced on either side. They're always looking for the family's strengths. Also, when Mom mentions that Esma has trouble making friends, the teacher knows to refer her to the school counselor. The counselor then helps the family join a local Boys and Girls Club with lots of activities for Esma. The teacher knew to do this because the school counselor led staff trainings on resources available in the community and how to help families access them. There's no danger of a family like Esma's ever feeling like an occasional onlooker. The school knows what families have to offer, and the family knows what's going on in the classroom and how to support it. They feel they are active and regular collaborators and decision makers. The district gives families opportunities to learn how to help children succeed at each level of the school system and to serve on school groups. At school gatherings, Esma's adult stepsister and close next-door neighbor also feel included in the community. Staff at the school are trained to be as inclusive as possible, welcoming as learning partners anyone who cares about the child. Esma's school has moved from parent involvement to family engagement. Not surprisingly, engaged families help students learn better. Staff members like their jobs better. Everyone wins. This is backed up by over 40 years of research. Students with engaged families, no matter their income, background, or culture, are more likely to do well in school, enroll in ambitious courses, graduate, and go on to post-secondary education. They also have stronger social skills and fewer disciplinary issues. So how do we make it happen? First, we work to make the shift across an entire school district. Sure, at the elementary level, Esma's classroom teacher is the main person her family interacts with at school, but as she gets older and her schooling more complex, collaboration is definitely bigger than one person. Really, all along the way, the family's interactions with pretty much everyone in connection with the school, from office staff to after-school staff, from bus drivers to principals, will need to be positive for them to truly feel welcomed. So it's a clear expectation in the district. Every employee has a role in helping every family feel connected to their child's learning, no matter what building or classroom that child attends. In Esma's district, a broad team that included school psychologists, social workers, counselors, families, general and special educators, and after-school program staff helped everyone in the school take family engagement to this next level in a way that works for their community. It worked. Esma's family feels like a valued member of the team. Esma, her family, and her educators feel confident that she's learning and happy at school. We have more information about how schools and families can effectively engage with each other around students' learning on our website.
What if? What if family engagement could look like that for your school? I want you to take a moment and open your learning packet and go to page 2. It's the first prompt in your learning packet. What could family engagement look like? What stood out to you in this video? If you were defining family engagement from this video, what keywords would come to mind? So pause this video now and write some idea and reflections in the space provided on your learning packet.